Sometimes I have these random thoughts and I like to follow up on these thoughts just to see if there's any information out there to support them or whether it is really my imagination. And in the age of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, I was wondering how many people of color, in particular African Americans, are leading corporate America. So I did some research and, I looked it up. And what I found was pretty surprising. I looked at some research that was updated February 28th, 2022, and of the Standard and Poor's 500 and Fortune 500 corporations, only six black or people of African American descent were CEOs in these companies. There were 40 Asian Americans heading these companies, 20 Latinx professionals heading these companies. And when it came to women, there was a percentage in the report. We use percentages when we really don't want you to know, but I did the math. There are 47 women CEOs of these Fortune 500 and Standard and Poor's 500 companies. Now, when it came to African Americans, I found that a little bit disturbing because both Latinx and Asian American CEO numbers have grown over the past 18 years, whereas African American CEO numbers pretty much stayed the same, and they fluctuated between 4 CEOs to 7 CEOs in 18 years. So that led to even more questions, more questions than answers. And I wondered, is it that qualified African Americans are not applying for these high level corporate positions? Or could it be something else? Could it be some stigmas or historic biases against qualified African Americans who apply for these positions? That's the unknown. I have to do more research on that because I didn't find an answer to that. But I found it concerning because this is 2022. Not only that, the report that I read or the research, the first sentence started off with the written word six, SIX. Now that's important because all of the other CEO statistics were listed in numerical form. And psychologically speaking, people pay more attention to numerals than they do numbers written out in letters. So again, I'm questioning, is there some kind of unconscious bias on the part of the authors that did this research and wrote this report? So there are a whole lot of questions that I have, and maybe some of you have some answers. I really would like for you to join the conversation and write in the comments below this video. I really would like to start a conversation because I feel this is something very important and something that we need to address and we need to take a deep dive into. So join the conversation. I look forward to seeing your thoughts and your comments.